Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Kirk's funeral just took place. I came on camera yesterday and I called Candace Owens a demon. And I also used some other choice words, and that video got age restricted, even though it's still blowing up. You guys really appreciate my rhetoric on Candace and Tucker. But that video did get age restricted, so I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant or like a little bit less crazy with how I say things. But Tucker Carlson indeed came onto stage and decided not to honor his friend Charlie Kirk, not to honor the work that he did, but to be a demon, a possessed demonic spirit in a human being's body. And this is coming from somebody who does not believe in demons. I'm Tala Traveling Clyde, your favorite Zionist prince. Let's get right into the Honorable Tucker Carlson laughing like a fucking demon on stage at his funeral. Let's take a look.
Ultimately, he was a Christian evangelist. And it actually reminds me of my favorite story ever. So it's about 2,000 years ago in Jerusalem, and Jesus shows up and he starts talking about the people in power, and he starts doing the worst thing that you can do, which is telling the truth about people, and they hate it, and they just go bonkers. They hate it, and they become obsessed with making him stop. This guy's got to stop talking. We've got to shut this guy up. And I can just sort of picture the scene in a lamplit room with a bunch of guys sitting around eating hummus, thinking about what do we do about this guy telling the truth about us. We must make him stop talking. And there's always one guy with the bright idea, and I can just hear him say, I've got an idea, why don't we just kill him? That'll shut him up. That'll fix the problem. It doesn't work that way.
Do I even need to say anything? You tell me right now, if you believe in Satan, and again, I am Jewish, I don't believe in Satan, we don't really have that concept. Not in the Christian way. But for everything I've learned about Lucifer and Satan from Christian friends, whatever that boils up to be, you are telling me that this reaction, the way he even laughed here,
that'll fix the problem.
That's not satanic. You don't see a demon in there. You don't see some dead eyes where there's no emotion left. There's no love, respect, or compassion left for a friend who just died. In the same way that Candace Owens, yesterday I came on camera and I showed you guys how she was selling merch off her dead friend's body. Just died. She's like, hey, go buy my merchandise. That's not a demon to you? What is? I'm sorry, what is? What is to come to a funeral of a supposed friend of yours who was proudly, staunchly a Zionist, proudly supportive of the Jewish people, to come and condemn Jewish people in an innuendo way, to point us out as people who are eating hummus, as if Tucker Carlson even knows what that is, and condemn us as the people who killed Jesus Christ, and then laugh like a fucking demon. This is terrifying, man. I had never felt like I've actually seen possessed people until Tucker and Candace started getting possessed. Like, they really look like some unholy spirit is in them.
And there's always one guy with the bright idea, and I can just hear him say, I've got an idea, why don't we just kill him? That'll shut him up. That'll fix the problem.
Bro, that is honestly, that's scary. Honestly, dude, that is terrifying. That reaction right there is terrifying. Oh my God, that gives me the freaking... I have like hair standing on the back of my head. I honestly feel like I'm looking at a demon spirit. I'm going to have nightmares about this.
That'll fix the problem.
Oh my God, that's so cringy. What the hell, dude? The hairs on the back of my head are standing up. I got goosebumps. That's a demon. I'm sorry. That is a Qatari-funded demon. That is a demon. He made a deal with the devil. You guys, you know what? You guys talk about shit about Jews being the devil and anarchist circles, and we said, are you kidding me? That's the devil right there. Qatar signed a deal with the devil, allegedly. Are you kidding me? Look at that. This is not a demonic laugh.
That'll fix the problem.
Oh my God, that's so terrifying, bro. What in the world? Oh my God, that is just terrifying. I'm sorry. I can't move on. That's horrible. So anyways, The funeral happened yesterday. Obviously, Candace Owens was not there. She was busy selling merchandise over her unfortunately dead friend's body. That's what she was busy doing. And then Tucker was busy calling similarities to Charlie Kirk's shooter, who was a trans leftist who probably hated Israel. And making comparisons to how the Jews killed Charlie Kirk. So that's great from Tucker and Candace. Really good stuff. Definitely not funded by a foreign country, allegedly. But we did have some nicer moments where Donald Trump and Elon Musk actually got back together. POTUS / times Elon Musk. The White House tweeted this out for Charlie, showing the unity of us coming together, even with our differences. And we had some nice moments here of Erica Kirk's reunification with Trump. Honestly, I really feel a lot of sympathy for his wife. I mean, this has got to be one of the hardest things in the world. From start to finish, like just seeing what she saw and having her kids see what they saw of his assassination, and then like just getting this massive spotlight, and obviously having demonic people like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson continuously spreading propaganda and conspiracy theories about the death of your husband. And then having this whole world stage and having to address the world stage, I really feel for her. This has got to be a tough time. And then the last thing that you want during moments like this is to address anybody. You just want to be alone with your family. And she's having to constantly be on stage, constantly talk, constantly be around people, famous people. It's like this is probably just a horrible experience. I really, really feel bad for her. This is Elon Musk on Charlie Kirk. Let's see.
Well, Charlie was someone who believed in dialogue, in open debate. He was a man of ideas. He spoke eloquently. He basically never even raised his voice. He was a man of peace. Mm-hmm. And now he's been murdered in cold blood.
Did you know him personally?
Yes, of course. We met many times.
How was he like?
I supported his organization. I supported Turning Point from quite early.
Why was he killed?
He was killed because his words made a difference. Because he was showing people the light, and he was killed by the dark.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Charlie was.
The beautiful words by Elon Musk. You know, I think we don't all of us agree with Elon Musk. I definitely don't. Not with everything, but there was definitely some beautiful words by Mr. Elon Musk. Now, we do have Erica's speech on the death of her husband. Let's see here. I haven't seen this before either.
And all the heavenly mysteries were revealed to him. God's love continued to be revealed to me in the days that followed. The next day on the tarmac in Air Force Two, I confronted Usha Vance, precious woman. I held her hand and I told her, honestly, I do not know how I am going to get through this. She told me something. She said, you know when you're on an airplane with your kids and it's the last 15 minutes of the flight and things are crazy, kids are not cooperating, toys are flying everywhere and everyone's screaming. And you think to yourself, I cannot wait for this flight to land. And it's 15 minutes before you land. And she told me, you will get through these 15 minutes and the next 15 minutes after that. Usha, I don't think you realized it then, but those words were exactly what I needed to hear. But most of all, God's mercy and God's love have been revealed to me these past 10 days. After Charlie's assassination, we didn't see violence. We didn't see rioting.
Yep. And also, there's another clip that Erica made. I'm not seeing it here. I think it wasn't sent to me.
Decision.
It was honestly a really powerful clip where she said she forgives the shooter, which is something I had assumed because of the character of Erica and because of the character of their family. I assumed that this would be the position from her, from the family, from Turning Point USA. But I honestly, it's still shocking. It's still shocking to see it. I haven't seen the full clip. Honestly, I recommend everybody go and watch and sulk in this because it's important to have these emotions and feelings. But this is the last clip I wanted to show you guys from the White House.
Charlie
Kirk.
If you knew him, you love him. Charlie Kirk was an incredible man.
One of the strongest, bravest people that I know.
Charlie has the work ethic of no one I have ever met in my life. I don't think it can be understated, the impact that he had.
One of the greatest communicators of the generation.
He was more than just somebody who would comment on the news.
He genuinely respected and genuinely loved, in a Christian manner, the people on the other side of the table. He didn't hate anybody.
He would give the shirt off a back to help someone that was in need, regardless of their political stripe.
His ideas were about faith, family, freedom.
This young man with an idea that became a movement.
What he built is part of his legacy, but also part of that legacy, more importantly, is a husband and a father.
Irreplaceable. He was irreplaceable.
He's a one of one. Right? Charlie Kirk was at the tip of the spear, never flinched, never backed off. He wanted that back and forth, but not out of anger, not out of a place of he wanted to humiliate them or embarrass them or something like that, because he wanted to actually try to communicate with them.
He went into the belly of the beast, he went on these college campuses, and he evangelized.
This man who had a life force that was so much bigger than himself.
If everything completely goes away, how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
I hope that the story of Turning Point USA, again, we started with no money, no connections, and no idea what I was doing, resonates with some of you.
It's a nonprofit called Turning Point USA.
To despair is a sin. And some people say, oh, Charlie, you know, it's too hard. It's too overwhelming. It's too dark. Snap out of it. You still live in the greatest nation ever to exist in the history of the world. There is still so much to be hopeful and to be thankful for. And we have agency. The globalists are worried that you are waking up. They're worried that their fraud and their nonsense is finally being exposed, and you are at the central nerve of all of that. Ask God how to use you. Find a place to plug in. I am thankful for you. We had a vision because we love the country. Push yourself harder. Here I am. Lord, use me.
You guys might remember a year ago, I gave the whole speech of here I am, Lord, send me. And it was kind of this joke that we had as soon as I gave that message.
I remember him getting off stage and I say, honey, do you realize what you just did? He's like, yeah, I just, and I was like, no. You said, here I am. That is a very powerful statement. And God's like, I see you. Charlie is so obedient to God, to the word of God. And it's been so humbling to witness the way that God has used him this year, because he made that declaration a year ago, saying, here I am, I'm ready. Wherever you need me to be, Lord, I'll be, and I'm your servant. Just put me out there in the thick of it.
You see, they wanted us to be quiet and afraid and silent and subservient. They wanted us to cower into our corner. But the conservative movement has changed fundamentally. I hope you guys understand this. This is the greatest country ever to exist in the history of the world. And I can say, wow, there was a debate. Is God done with this country? And now I can say confidently, no. God is not done with America, and our best days are ahead.
Yeah, man, it's very, this whole thing hits so deep for all of us working in this space, trying to follow in somewhat of the footsteps that he left. It's insane. It's sad. It honestly, it feels unbelievable that this is even the reality we're living in, that he is gone, that he's dead, that he's been killed in such a violent manner for all of us to see. But I think when we look at how much love there is and how much inspiration there is left after his death, so many different people are going to pick up the mantle and keep striving, keep running forward towards a better future for America, for the world. I love that a big part of it has to do with the Christian faith too, that people are returning to God, hopefully not in the cancerous way that Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson is, but in the very much correct interpretation that Charlie Kirk had of supporting and loving Israel and wanting the best for the Jewish people. I think that unity between us, Christians and Jews, can be incredible if we just learn to put our differences aside for the common goal of fighting for the things that we believe in and for a better future for all of us. I think that'll make Charlie very proud. I really do. And I honestly, I have a team who helps me create the content that I do. I'd like to not talk about this topic as much anymore. I honestly feel like now that his funeral is here and it's over and done with, I mean, I'm sure next week when Erica addresses the rumors about Candace, I'll have to talk about it. But I want to let the guy rest in peace, like I really do. So I will see you guys in the next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, Clats. Sorry, I had to do an outro. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.